welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, the White March. We did a bunch of stuff in the underground under this horrible, horrible place. We rescued the niece of the guy that's chilling up in the inn. And yeah, it was messy. It's a very messy situation. But we'll figure all that out as we go through.
How do you do?
She adjusts one of her bandages. That's right, we did that. How did you get burned? Oh yeah, the dragon egg. Alright, she turns to her face to the ground by the flame. How bad does it look? Just say it. I know you'll tell me straight. Oh, it looks like it hurts. I'm surprised you'd go out in public like that. Who cares how it looks? What matters is that you're okay. Yeah, that one. Suppose you're right. Good thing I know my poultices. She sighs. I told you about my run-in with the worms. I reckon you put the rest together already. Found the dragon egg. Hylia's feathered... Yeah, she claps her hands together, wincing at the pain. How'd you manage that? Well, I found that nest you spoke of. Hope those worms didn't give you too much trouble. Let's see her, then. She cradles the egg with her good arm. She frowns at the gunk seeping out of the broken shell. Well, I better get to work on this, for it's just an expensive puddle at her feet. Yeah, the broken dragon egg. Well, she hefts the egg into the back of her wagon and rummages among her shelves. Here, take this. She drops a stack of coins and a parcel of ingredients into your hands. Everything you need to brew a little pick-me-up should come in handy with the kind of scrapes you seem to be getting into. She leans closer, and come see me anytime you need potions or ingredients, alright? I got a special price for friends, she winks. Let's see here. Alright, we got 600 monies. We got a little bit of experience. It's not bad. Alright, I fare thee well. I fare thee well. Alright, I kind of want to go to Caed Nua and rest, but... What's going on at Caed Nua, by the way? Nothing new to report. The construction finish. He's still gone for 3 days. This is finished in 4 hours. The drunkard. And I would say with a fair amount of certainty that we're not done with this yet. Yeah, see, 2 days, 18 hours. Alright, well, I suppose. Have we been in here yet? I don't know. Guess we're going to go in and find out. I want to say maybe, but probably not. It's Willig Fair. Oh, yeah. I think we talked to this guy. I think we've done this. Let's just reach out for a soul. We'll get warm cooking fire, far in, high back chair, looking at a large book, small boy. Yeah, his wife gets murdered. Yep. Yeah. The rent has come due. Yep, I remember this. Someone was asking whether or not there was a point to checking out all these people that have these interesting little backstories. If it like eventually leads into something, or if it's just a kind of a homage to the great backers of the game. To my knowledge, it's only just extra background stuff, some little short stories or writings, if you will, that the developers did add in for the backers of the game. I don't think there's really a point other than just to experience it. So you can probably skip those things if you really wanted to. But I could be wrong, so somebody who's a bit more familiar with the game or knows a bit more about it might want to chime in and let me know. But I believe those are all skippable things. But still, I like seeing them. I like hearing it. It's way better than letting the people leave the most horrible, lame things on their little gravestones. So, yes. There's that. Alright, I'm going to talk to you. It's a reveil, Larin. You see a forest clearing, fog curling through the weeds on the ground in the cold morning air. The serenity of the scene is occasionally broken by a faint noise that echoes through the silence. This woman emerges from the trees and stops. Dropping to the ground, she creeps to the edge of the clearing and crouches near a tree. She glances around furtively, listening intently in the growing light. She presses her back to the tree, tensing against it, ready to spring forward. From the distance comes another sound, a rustling in the undergrowth. I feel like I've read this one before. At that, she shoots forward, keeping as low to the ground as she can. She puts her hand to her throat and makes a sound, a shrill bird call. What emerges from her mouth seems to emanate from yards away. From behind her, near the source of the rustling, there is a brief grunting noise that is quickly silenced. She dives into a large bush at the edge of the tree line, keeping her head down and wriggling silently through the leaves and twigs. She takes position in the bushes, turning to face the direction she came. She raises her hand again, this time mimicking a stelgare? I have no idea. Placing the roar directly behind the men, failing to sneak up on her. More than one voice answers this call, all of them sounding panicked and hurried. All of them quickly moving this way, all thoughts of stealth forgotten. She backs out from under the bush to crouch behind it. As she pulls her bow from her back, she takes a shooting stance and waits for the hunters to appear. Well, that seems useful. Cool. What's up, Winfrith?
Hail and well met.
Hail, and well met to you too, sir. A portly, smiling man stands behind a warped wooden counter, polishing a buckler. He looks up. I haven't seen you before. Always glad to see a new face in town. Company's good for business, and chatter's good for the soul. That's what I always say. Anyhow, what can I do for you? Well, what's been going on in the Deerford? Oh, we're a quiet little town. Not much happens here, especially not since the legacy hit. People realized that they couldn't have babies and just stopped trying altogether. Yeah, that takes a lot of excitement out of the day-to-day, if you can believe it. What do you have for sale? The hours of Saint Rumbold, really? It's a great sword with annihilation, overbearing, and accurate 3. We also have the Grudge Keeper. What is this? It's a spear. Okay. And a bunch of other stuff. What is this? Tall grass. Is that a pike? It is. And I can't afford it right now, but maybe. Plus 1.8 to weapon reach. Piercing. Exceptional 8 accuracy, 30% damage. Plus 10% hits converted to crits. Crits can inflict prone, so we can knock people on their butt. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'd love it, but a little too expensive. I can retrain characters here, too? Is that really? Huh, neat. I mean, I don't want to, but it's there. It's an option. That is a rapier. Let's see. 4 accuracy, 15 damage, 20% of damage restored as endurance. Minus 5 to concentration, but he doesn't actually concentrate. That actually isn't bad. That's a bit more of the healing over time. But Adair already kind of does that most of the time anyway. Like, he heals quite a bit as he's going around doing the stuff that he's going and doing. Crush Spears, Burn, and Corrode. Recovery speed 20, damage reduction, athletics, deleterious, alacrity of motion. Huh, neat. Not gonna get I'm probably not gonna get any of these things if I'm being honest. I might get the boots though. The boots seem like they could be zealous. Oh, it's only usable by a paladin. I will not be getting the boots. Voice of the Mountaintop, only available for a chanter. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we can get. No camping supplies, oddly. Well, like I said, there are some things available there. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and sell a lot of the extra junk that we have just laying around. I don't really think we need the Skane Cultist robes. I can actually sell the journals. That's interesting. That is an Initiate's Hood. Get rid of that. I'm just going to slowly start getting rid of things. Don't need to do it all at once. I mean, we could, probably, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be a little bit slower with my Salation of Solitude. Keep trying to make a little bit of the cash monies here. And then we'll go around the rest of the town doing the crazy things that we do. Oh boy, howdy. There are a lot of relatively basic clothing here that I am going to get rid of. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of hoods there. We're going to be relatively rich. I mean, I could probably afford to buy one of these things that I'm looking at here. Not sure that I necessarily want to, even still. I think we're just going to chill with what we have for now. Trade all that up. I wonder if I should have traded at the other lady. She said she gave us specialty pricing for her friends, right? Which apparently we are. I'm wondering if... Oh, I should have probably snuck inside there. See if like a special hidden door was in there too. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. This place looks pretty big, but maybe he just doesn't allow us into the
This
actual
elder of yours,
house.
he may have returned a drunk or an invalid.
Maybe. But the search for Persock is just as important as what I find.
Is that right? And what if you return empty-handed, eh?
I never return empty-handed.
Well, I suppose that's fair. Okay, so I guess the time for entering the inn is near at hand. We're not there yet. There's still a place or two that we can go, and I do plan to go to these places or two. Basically this place over here. And yeah, that should pretty much do it. I suppose I could talk to this guy about the ogre, too. Because we did kind of solve the issues. Any sign of that ogre? Or its head? I convinced the monster to leave. You won't be seeing him again. He balls his hands into two shaking fists. His face starts to redden. But that son of an Orlan whore, that thing devoured my entire herd. I want it dead, and I wanted to mount its head on a pike. The ogre is no longer your problem, and that's what matters. That's disgusting. Then you should have dealt with the problem yourself. Now stop yelling and start paying, or you'll have another problem on your hands. Yeah, he's no longer a problem. He takes another long, deep breath. You're right. Here, take this for your troubles. I should look on the bright side. The ogre's gone, and I can start rebuilding my herd. He crosses his arms and looks at his piglets. In another 6 months, these will be grown and ready to breed. Although... He takes one of the pigs and gives it a quick examination. This runt's is looking a little too small. I don't expect it to get any good litters out of it, and I just as soon not have it weaken the rest of my stock. Why don't you take it? Gives me one less mouth to feed anyway. The piglet trots over to you. Its pink snout wiggling. Cool. I guess I have a piglet now in my inventory. While that's awesome, and it is, it's not as cool as the giant miniature space piglet. Though close. It's almost as cool. Alright, so next up we're going to head on in here. I apologize if I sound extra stuffy today, guys. You know, my allergies are kind of beating me up a bit. So, just hopefully everything's okay, and you guys are able to handle and deal with it. Should not steal from these things. What is this? The mill slowly grinds away at the trough of grain.
I'll take a look.
Let's just see if we discover any.
Something lies here for the eyes.
See? See, I'm like, I just want to see if we discover anything. Surprise! We discovered something. Sub-villager. Seems like that ogre moved on to a village with more pigs, perhaps. Sorry. While you're in town, get some poultices from Hendia, whatever. The roads are bad. I don't know what happened to the ogre, but no one has seen it lately. Can't remember the last time we had it. Oh, I didn't realize that they kept talking. Oh, that's cool. Don't care that much, but it's still cool. It's nice to see they don't always say the same thing over and over again. Alright, so we've avoided... That was a weird sound, a little glitch there. We've avoided going to the inn for a while. I have a feeling I'm going to end up killing Haran.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deer Woodens oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Nothing like a raw deer flank, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you scoring at home. Alright. Welcome to this place. Alright. Nanoku Kikirikaraga for all. You see this woman running through the streets of a small city. She pushes her way through the crowd, glancing over her shoulder as she does. Her clothing is torn and her hair disheveled. Even though she appears to be attempting to escape from someone, her eyes sparkle with joy. Her mouth is pulled back in an enormous grin, and occasionally a small giggle works its way out of her throat. While looking over her shoulders, she runs headlong into a well-dressed man standing at one of the market stalls. The moment she sees the man she's run into, her face changes. Gone is the glee, replaced by fear. Her grin twists into a frown, her bottom lip quivering. The man, seeing her appearance, expresses concern for her well-being, and she leans against him, weaving a tale of a brutish man with wandering hands. As she speaks, her own hands travel over his body, seeking and exploring. There is a shout from across the crowd, and they both look over to see a large, angry man approaching, roughly pushing his way through the crowd that separates them. She stiffens against him, feigning fear. The man tells her not to be afraid and steps in front of her to block the path of the figure who is coming nearer. The woman smiles, slowly backing away from them both, then lets out a gleeful cackle. Her protector turns confused, and seeing her departing, laughing and shaking a coin purse, she spins and races off through the crowded marketplace. Confused, the man feels at his belt, his face hardens, and he yells, joining the chase after the laughing woman, losing herself in the crowd. Well, there you go. The wonderful, wonderful thievery ways of the thievitude. It's okay. Donda Valero. Hello. You see a man open the door of a house, slow with fatigue. He steps inside, unlacing his boots, rubbing his temples, wrinkle of a smile lighting his face as he moves into a generous kitchen. He calls for someone, slicing himself some bread. The house creaks gently in response. His lips purse, and he pads out of the kitchen into a large room with a staircase. Chewing slowly, he takes the stairs one at a time, calling once more. No response. His body freezes for a moment as he walks into a room upstairs. Nothing on the lone bed but an abundance of faded felt toys. Moving faster, he checks each room. His call is growing more urgent. No response. Any sign of exhaustion is gone, replaced with limber panic. He checks cupboards, baths, anywhere a child might hide. Nothing. Then, a letter next to the door he came in from, with a queer symbol on its wax seal. One he's seen before. He crumbles, shoulders shaking against the hard wall. Nobody sees him weep. Well, that's depressing. As are most things in the game, I suppose. Sup, Pace? What are you doing in the kitchen? Dangler will have you sorted. We'll get you sorted out with food and drink. Yeah, I imagine he will. Sorry, guys and gals. I was glancing at the time. I lost my cadence there. It's fine. Sup, Dang?
Good day, stranger.
Good day to you, too. The innkeeper digs inside a mug with a dirty rag. His eyes under his thick brows are tired but watchful. He gives you a quick nod as you approach the bar. Don't see many travelers these days. Something I can do for you. Well, I have some questions here. I'd like to hire an adventurer. Got a few around here looking for work. Tell me what you're looking for and I'll hunt them down. Okay, so we can actually hire additional. Okay, that's cool. Not really what I'm after. I would like to sleep, though. We could sleep in the old stables. Damage reduction. It's burn. 1 by 2 constitution. We'll go with the... I mean, it's still small. You know what? We're going to go with the Dragon's Lair. Yeah. Rest in the lair of the dragon. He's returned to Deerford to much hostility, but was able to... Wait, what? What's happening? Let's see. Gaffel the drunkard returned to Deerford to much hostility, but was able to defuse the situation. Thanks to your help, he was able to pay off his debts. Oh, that's cool. So all we have to do now is wait another little bit of time before he's done. And then I may have to kill that guy because he's very annoying.
Hail and well met.
Okay, let's see what rooms you have. Food and drink. Questions. And let's see. Tell me about the village. Well, walk from one bridge to the next and you've seen it. We're quiet, hard-working folk. We keep to ourselves and don't take to being pushed around. He glares at the well-dressed man standing off to the side. Used to be a castle here, built by some family of Adiran Thanes back when the Empire first came. Only one tower's still standing, and that's part of Trigil's shop now. Sid, that bard by the fire, could spin you the yarn if you're so inclined. Good old yarn spinning. Who lives in Deerford? Well, not many anymore. Hard to keep people around when everyone hears Birth and Hollowborn. But we got a few who stick around and do business. Trigil's the leather courier. Hendina? Sure. Crafts potions, and Winfrith trades in general goods. Rumbald's a pig farmer, or, well, he was anyway. Tell me about Trigil. He's the courier. Treats leather and makes armor and a few other goods with it. Problem is, the smell of tallow and deer crap tend to put people off their food. And his shop's right next door. What's the story of the alchemist? Lady's a clever hand with potions and poultices. Got herself into trouble with a nest of worms, or so I hear. Her cart's on the east end of town. Winfrith? Been around even longer than I have. Nice enough fellow, but never could find his way to the end of a sentence. Hey, it's Colonel RPG and Obsidian Entertainment's game. Cool. His shop's across the square. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I could change that. I feel bad now. I probably shouldn't have messed with that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have played with it. I'm so sorry. Something's happened to Rumbald's pigs, I take it? An ogre carried them off. Now he squeals more than his herd ever did. He shrugs. It's rotten luck, really. Let's go back to my previous question. About that ogre. No one's seen hide nor hair of it lately. Rumors going around that some foreigner killed it. Gives you a calculating look. You said you don't see that many travelers. Of course not. Why would they come here? We got bandits on the road and an ogre in the forest. As that yapping fool Rumbald will tell you. Worse yet, hasn't been a healthy child born here in over a year. Have you seen Knifrey? He jerks his head at the stairs. Twitchy lady, that one. Never mind. I want to talk about something else. Okay, I'm gonna go. Maybe I want to order food and drinks, even though I don't use these. Oh wow, dragon. That's so expensive. 45 max. That's it. Huh. These don't seem all that impressive. I mean, like this, sure, but that, really? I don't know. I do not know. It's fine though. Oh, it's cool. All right. Oh,
Welcome.
Hold on. Just give me one sec here. I'm sorry. Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see if he had any camping supplies, and he does. Okay. That's fine. Alright, well, we can probably break off the episode here. We have not talked to Sid yet. I guess we can go talk to Sid. He'll tell us a tale in the next episode, and we'll kind of get to see what's going down with all of that. We're well rested. We're at full supplies right now for our camping abilities. All of our people are healthy and good to go. So, yeah, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot for the next thing. We're going to talk to Sid. We're going to go find Harond, and we're going to probably find Knifrey as well. And then once all those things are done, I think we can probably just leave this place and maybe actually head into Defiance Bay. We'll see where that takes us. Anyway, folks, until the very next episode, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.